Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt and I do like video games, and in today's video I've got a surprise for you because you're never gonna guess what we're talking about in today's video. It's something that nobody's talking about, and that is of course Starfield. So let's get into it. Guys, we are so close to Starfield. In fact, as I'm recording this, we are 7 days and a few hours away from the early access release. And man, I cannot wait to sit down. I'm going to have myself some dinner. I'm going to have myself a nice cold drink. And I'm going to sit down at 8 p.m. Eastern on August 31st. And I'm going to play some Starfield. And it's going to be magnificent. But in the meantime, I've got a video to make, and, well, there are some new Starfield details, so let's get right into it. And we've got this tweet here from Darius Fears, and it's a little highlight of an interview that P. Hines actually did for Gamescom. And in the interview, P. Hines says, "I told Todd that I hit about 80 hours in Starfield. Todd replied, 'What do you think about the main quests?' And Pete says, 'I haven't even done those.'" And honestly, I understand for like a few gamers, this probably is kind of unappealing. We're in a time where a lot of games have bloat, but I feel like Bethesda games are quite different in that regards. There's actually some meaning to what you do outside of the main quest. And a good example of that, I mean, listening to what P. Hines said here, I can relate to that because the first Bethesda game I ever played was Skyrim. I got that game a little bit after it launched. I think I saw a promo for it during the Super Bowl, and I was like, wow, that looks awesome. I'll grab it, right? Well, I started playing it, and it wasn't until next year where I actually started the main quest. I was busy doing so many other things that I didn't even start the main quest. I didn't get my dragon shouts in Skyrim until a year later, until a year of playing it already. So when I hear that Pete Hines is 80 hours into the game and hasn't touched the main quest, well, then I get excited. But then take a listen to what he says next, because what he says next makes me even more excited.
Like we intentionally don't talk about the main quest a lot because truthfully it is super spoilery. But I'm here to tell you that this game doesn't really even get going until you finish the main quest.
Did you hear that? The game doesn't even really get going until you finish the main quest. I mean, calm down, I'm already excited. So you factor that in with the fact that eventually at some point, we're probably going to be getting mods, even on console, for Starfield. I mean, it's a certainty on PC, but, Fallout 4, Skyrim, both support mods on console. It's safe to assume that Starfield will as well at some point. There's going to be too much content to even know what to do with, to even know where to begin, and that's a great feeling. That's one of the best feelings of booting up Skyrim. You just don't know what you're going to get into next. Even Fallout 4, you just don't know what you're going to get into next. I can't wait to do that with Starfield. But next up, we've got to talk about Phil Spencer, because he was also interviewed and talked about Starfield, and he says that he would compare Starfield more to Oblivion than he would Skyrim, and that's a little weird and a little bit exciting for me, because everybody knows I love Skyrim. I've played it multiple times. I've beaten it multiple times. I've done new things with new characters multiple times. What I haven't played multiple times, what I haven't beaten at all, is Oblivion. I'm actually playing Oblivion right now for basically the first time ever, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So to hear that Starfield is more in the vein of Oblivion, it kind of makes me excited because it gives me this whole different way to look at how I'm going to approach Starfield. Because Oblivion and Skyrim are definitely different games, and they do have different styles, but they're both really, really great at what they do. And I'm interested to see what they do with Starfield, seeing as it kind of seems to be leaning more towards Oblivion than it does Skyrim. Because I know the one thing that a lot of people seem to take issue with for Skyrim and Fallout 4 for Bethesda was that they didn't feel like the classic Bethesda RPGs that a lot of people came to expect. I mean, I wasn't there playing Morrowind day one, I wasn't there playing Oblivion day one, but a lot of people say that, Skyrim and Fallout kind of deviated from that. So going back for myself and playing Oblivion after my first game being Skyrim, and then playing Fallout 4, I can kind of see what they're talking about, where Oblivion's more of a hardcore RPG, Whereas Skyrim is a perfect example of it being just so free that you can really do whatever you want. Like, I can make a mage in Skyrim, but then halfway through decide, I don't really care about magic. I want to focus on archery, or I want to focus on being a warrior. I can just do that. I can just do that and change my entire character on the fly, basically, just by taking part in more warrior activities, using blades, using warhammers, using axes and stuff like that. Whereas in Oblivion, I pick a mage and I'm kind of like, now I'm a mage and I got to really focus in on being a mage. I'm interested to see how they tackle that balance between Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4 on Starfield. Is it going to be more of the classic? Is it going to be more of the new? Is it going to be a mix of both? I'm interested to see what they do. Now, on top of all of this official news that we've gotten from interviews and everything about Starfield, there were some leaks for Starfield, and I'm not going to go into any of the stuff. Honestly, I don't know a whole lot of the stuff. I saw there was like a 40-minute gameplay clip leaked, and it was basically the entire intro. Again, not going into anything there, but I kind of just skimmed through to get to some combat to see what the combat looks like. Guys, the game looks crisp. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. The game just looks so crisp. It looks so well polished. And this was Xbox gameplay, I believe, on a Series X. Guys, it looks so good. I really can't wait to play this. I'm hyped. I don't want to see any of that leak. So after I saw that, like an hour later, it was taken down for copyright issues. I imagine Bethesda nuked that thing from existence. And good for them, honestly, because nobody wants to have the game spoiled for them. And thankfully I didn't have it spoiled. I just kind of saw some combat and kept it moving. But getting back to a more official side of things, we do have confirmation that Starfield will launch with a new game plus. And that is very intriguing to me because this is a first for Bethesda Game Studios. Skyrim didn't have a new game plus, Fallout 4 didn't, Oblivion sure as hell doesn't, Morrowind definitely doesn't. I mean, you figure all the games in the 90s probably didn't as well, but I don't know of a BGS game that has New Game Plus, so this is a first for Bethesda Game Studios, and that's really awesome to see. And I'm excited to see how they tackle it because, you know, once you finish a playthrough, you've got your character leveled up, you've got him basically what you want him to be. If you start a New Game Plus, do you just get stronger from there? Can you make different choices? I would imagine, you know, maybe the main quest, you can make some different choices along the way, maybe have some different outcomes. Obviously, factions and other side quests probably make some different choices, see the different outcomes that are possible in a New Game Plus. That sounds really exciting to me. Now, also another new feature that will be brand new to a BGS game is the photo mode. And of course, they've talked about the photo mode before, but I just think it's intriguing that the game is getting two things that Bethesda has never, ever done before. This really does kind of seem like Bethesda's, you know, evolving. You know, it's one thing that we've always kind of wanted in Bethesda games. I think Skyrim with a photo mode would be beautiful. I think Fallout 4 with a photo mode would be amazing. Maybe we get that with the next gen update, who knows. But Starfield is going to have it day one as well as a New Game Plus, and that's just great for gamers. Because now I get to document my space antics, my space shenanigans with a bunch of photos. And, well, I guess on top of that, the game just looks very pretty, so now I get to take some great photos of the scenery and whatnot. Whereas, you know, I remember Fallout 4 specifically, in order to get photo mode on Fallout 4, air quotes, big air quotes on photo mode, I had to turn the HUD completely off, and then I had to just look at the scenery I wanted, take a screenshot. And you know what? That worked, but it's much more convenient to have a photo mode, in my opinion. But guys, that is the Starfield news for this week, and honestly, I'm sure we'll get more news tomorrow when this video launches, and I'm sure we'll get even more news on top of that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leading up to the Starfield Early Access launch Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, so get ready for that if you've got the Early Access upgrade, or you just got yourself the Premium Edition to look forward to. It's going to be a fun time, guys, and I'm looking forward to all the news we get between now and Starfield's launch, and even after Starfield's launch, because I plan to sink a ton of time in this game. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about all these details. Specifically, what I really want to know from you guys is, what do you think about Starfield leaning more towards Oblivion than Skyrim? I mean, like I said, I'm really excited for that actually because it's kind of the unknown for me. I'm playing Oblivion for the first time really ever now, and I just kind of stumbled into my first faction, the Mages Guild, and everything I do, everywhere I go, it's just a new thing for me. Whereas Skyrim, I know it so much, I know what to expect, I know the systems and everything. Oblivion, I'm still learning the systems as I go, so to be able to play a new game, a new Bethesda game, and learn multiple systems at the same time as everybody else playing it, it's just exciting to me. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a like if you like the video. And if you're enjoying this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with it going forward over here on the channel, the best way to do that is consider subscribing, consider ringing the notification bell because that helps you stay up to date with everything that happens over here on the channel. And it helps promote me in the algorithm, helps push the videos out to more people. And I really, really do appreciate that. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.